Hi everyone, so I'm just about to have my lunch. Today I'm having a protein shake with strawberries and all the good stuff. It is lunch time, so I'm taking a little break from work. And so tomorrow is a grocery day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start my food planning, and I thought I would take you on the journey on how I actually do that. I am wearing this because I'm gonna hop on the bike after. I don't walk around in a sports bra all day. Well, actually, I kind of do. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you how I start the planning up until the food haul. So I'm gonna do a beginning to end journey on how I buy groceries. Exciting stuff over here, guys. This is the content that you came here for. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the TV and I'm gonna look up YouTube videos. That's how I get some inspiration for food that I haven't cooked yet, kind of stuff. Then I go on food blogs, and also I use myself as the inspiration. So what I do is I go look at my past Instagram posts, and I'm a big repeat offender. I eat the same things over and over, but because I started a YouTube channel, I am trying to have more variety so I can shoot videos. So yeah, let's get started on that. Okay, so I'm sitting here in the TV room, as you can see. So I start the food planning. This is how easy it is. So I make a line, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna write the dishes that I want to make, and then once I have enough food for about 2 weeks, so that's about 6 to 7 stuff, because we do have leftover days and we do order takeout once a week. And then I'm gonna write the ingredients that I need here. But before I do that, what I do is I go look in the kitchen to see what kind of stuff I have left over, and what ingredients I'm gonna need for the recipes that I have on the right. It's not rocket science, and it doesn't take that long. So right now I am looking up at YouTube just to get some inspiration. So I see here lazy vegan recipes, 5-minute vegan recipes. So I'm just gonna look at that. So what I do is I just start looking at a couple videos here and there, and whatever I like, I write it down, and that's what I'm gonna make as a recipe for that day. And then I'm gonna go, like I said earlier, on my Instagram, my Facebook, all my other social medias, and have some repeat offenders. So the first thing I'm gonna put on the list, because I want to make it, I'm gonna write it now, is a sheet pan sofrita. My pen is running out. The first dish I'm gonna make, or that I'm gonna write, is a sheet pan sofrita. So I'm gonna be making for you guys. I'm gonna have a video coming up next week, or maybe this weekend. No, not this weekend, next week. And it's gonna be a whole recipe in one sheet pan. I'm just gonna bake the tofu, the veggies, and everything, and we're gonna have a delicious sofrita bowl, and it takes no time. You have less dishes, so it's going to be amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look in the fridge and in the pantry to see what I am missing for this dish, and I'm going to write the ingredients here. So when I go to the grocery stores, I'm going to take you along on that journey. When I go to the grocery store, is I'm going to buy the ingredients that I need. So I'm going to keep watching all of these YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I'm going to make a food plan, and once I have a proper food plan, I'm gonna show you what I will be making. Stay tuned for that. And one of the benefits, there's a lot of benefits to making food plans, and one of the biggest ones is, obviously, you know what you're gonna be making every single day, because I hate, oh, what am I gonna make? What am I gonna make? But to me personally, the most important thing is when I go to the grocery stores, I know what to buy. I have gone to the grocery store without a food plan before, obviously, and the stuff that I buy is borderline unacceptable. And then you come home and it's like I don't even know what to put together. It's like I just spent a couple $100 on food, and I don't even know how to put a whole meal together. So it saves you money. I'm personally not a billionaire, so I like to save money. And of course, another super important part is food waste. We waste almost zero to no, like we don't waste a lot of food in this house, and it's because I make a food plan. So that's the reasons why that I do it, and I hope I can inspire you to also make a food plan. Okay, so I am back. So I've put down a couple ideas that I wanted to make here, but this is like only 10% of what I have. I have this in a drawer, This is all the past food plans that I've had. I keep them because I come back to these every single time I make a food plan for ideas, just because sometimes, it's something that I made that I love that I forgot. And so I go back to that. And yes, I was watching YouTube videos. I also went on my Instagram and my YouTube to look for ideas. So what we have so far was what I told you earlier. So we have the sheet pan, the rice noodle stir fry, a white bean soup, peanut butter tofu broccoli, a pasta, and a Beyond Burger with some steamed broccoli. So some of these are obviously repeats. I do a Beyond Burger, at least once every 2 weeks. Peanut butter tofu is something that I do make twice a week. Sorry, I meant to say twice a month. I always make a soup. There's always a soup in my food plan. There's always a pasta in my food plan. There's usually a stir fry, but I try to change it up a little bit. So now this is what I thought I needed just because I didn't get up yet. So now what I'm going to do is I go to the pantry and to the fridge and we see what we need. This is not going to be my full food plan, by the way. I'm probably going to add 1 or 2 more things. So what I do is once I'm going to be 90% done this list, I rip this out and I leave this sheet of paper on the counter, and from now until tomorrow when I go grocery shopping, if I think of something, ding ding ding, I write it down here. Okay, so I'm just gonna prop it here because it gets a little bit too shaky, so I had to go put a sweater on because the protein shake made me so cold. Okay, so something that I also wanted to mention is some things that I don't put on here that I buy every single week because it's just habit, is I always buy a bunch of fruit that I don't put in here because it depends when I get there which one I'm gonna get, because it depends what's fresh, what's in season, and blah blah blah. Always buy apples. I always buy fresh blueberries and stuff like that. And something else too that I just always buy is like onions. I don't write that here because I know that I always buy onions. And breakfast and lunch. I know you're probably wondering because all I'm putting here is dinners. The reason, okay, I don't eat breakfast. Flat out, I don't eat breakfast. I do intermittent fasting. I'm thinking about giving it up. I've been doing it for 2 years, but the thing is that my whole life I was never a wake up and eat kind of person. It has nothing to do with dieting, and I don't want to be put in a diet box because I don't diet. It's just the way I was brought up. I guess I'm not a big breakfast person. On the weekends though, I do wake up and I want to eat because I sleep in a little bit longer, and yeah, but usually my breakfasts would be an apple, or like on the weekends I usually always make a scrambled tofu or a tofu omelet. Yes, I do make tofu omelet. I have that in my other videos, so check that out. And or if I'm super lazy, I will have a Ezekiel English muffin with peanut butter. I mean, I'm human. And yeah, so my husband usually has oatmeal every day for breakfast. He is definitely a wake up and eat kind of person. So 2 different types of people here. So that's why I don't put that on here. And lunches. My lunches are usually a protein shake. If it's not a protein shake, then it will be a scrambled tofu. So those are the things that are always in my fridge. That's why it's not on the food plan. And we don't have children. I've mentioned that before. So that's why the food plan is a little bit smaller than, it would be if you do have children or if you're more than 2 people in your house. And again, I said that we eat out once a week. That's to support the restaurant industry during the pandemic. Before the pandemic, we definitely did not eat out once a week. And yeah, so just being extremely honest, and I want to be as transparent as I can. And yeah, so now we're gonna go take a look at my pantry and my fridge, so let's go check that out. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna look at my pantry. I have a very small pantry. It's like closet size. I also use it for my pots and pans, and this is where we store our spring water. Yes, we get this delivered. I know I live in Toronto and the water is drinkable, but we just don't partake in fluoride. That's a personal decision. If you do, that's up to you. We just don't. But it takes up a lot of space, as you can tell, in my pantry. And this is where I put the bulk of the stuff that I buy. Yes, I do buy some things in bulk. That's kind of new to me. I never used to do that because I used to buy cans individually, but this is so much more affordable this way. It's just that I used to avoid that store. You can tell this is from Costco. I used to avoid it, but now I do go there. We go about once a month or every 6 weeks or so. We don't go too often, but I do buy cases of black beans and chickpeas every single time that I go, some broth and quinoa. And I just bought that maple syrup, so I'm gonna try it. It is organic and it's from Canada, so that's another reason I bought it. But yes, and also Costco is actually a good company. They treat their employees like human beings, unlike certain other companies. So anyway, that's my little political rant for now. So now what I do is I come in here, and right off the bat I just noticed that my husband's oatmeal is almost out. So I'm gonna put that on the list because I wasn't even thinking about it. So I'm gonna put oatmeal on the list. I do have little bags of pasta left over here. Most of them are gluten-free because I eat gluten-free. That's a preference. But I'm gonna get some spaghetti because I ran out. Aha, this is the soba noodles that I'm going to use for the stir fry that I put on the list. I don't need to buy it. Good to know. I'm going to take it off the list. Then I just keep looking around and I see that I have, oh, the white beans. See, I have white beans for the soup. I don't need to buy that. I do have black beans for the sofrita. And I think this is all. We do have the rice here. See, so this is good. Yeah, that's why I always check that. And the cashews, I am good on that. My peanut butter is good. So I think I'm doing good on this end. Then we go to the fridge. Ooh. And my fridge is old AF. And I'm waiting for it to die to buy a new one. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a look here. So I can tell right away, I didn't even know, I just looked down. I am out of soy sauce. So I have to make sure to put that on the list. I'm gonna write soy sauce. And tofu, I don't even need tofu, so that's good. I'm gonna cross that out because I did write tofu, but I am gonna need to buy the tofu for my breakfasts. I have hot sauce. How's my Cholula? Cholula, oh, it's still good, so that's good. Vegenaise, it's actually full, so that's good to know. My mustard is good. I'm gonna need to buy some oat milk, and I think that's it. And then for the soups, so, I still have a full bag of carrots, so I'm going to take that off the list. I do not need to buy carrots. I still have a full celery that's not even remotely raw, so that's good. I'm going to use it. And for the stir fry, this is bok choy that I bought last time that I didn't actually end up using it, but it's still good. I'm going to use that. Look what I just saw. I forgot that I had this in here, and it's going to go bad in a couple days. So instead of using those dry soba noodles that I have in the pantry that won't go bad, I'm going to use this. So just to make sure that we don't throw any food away, I'm going to use this for the stir fry this week. And yeah, so this is how I do that part. And then we go look in the freezer. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. First thing you see is vodka. This, by the way, if you live in Ontario, this is made in Georgian Bay. It's a great vodka, local vodka. So I'm looking here. So okay, so I have one bag of frozen broccoli, so I'm definitely gonna buy another one. I use a lot of broccoli. For the days that I don't make anything fancy, I use, these are Beyond Burgers. I make myself a Beyond Burger with steamed broccoli. I actually love it. It's super plain, but I'm a very plain eater sometimes, and a repeat offender, as I've been saying. Guys, this is my new discovery. I'm keeping it only for weekends because it's a treat. It's quite expensive, so it's a treat. And yeah, so Gardeins that we always have lying around, so I think we're good for a while, so I'm not going to put that on the list. And yeah, okay, so it's looking good. So I'm just going to keep looking at the list, adding and removing things, but that is how it is done. All in all, I think this took me maybe 45 minutes, so it was my lunch break. So here we go, and the next video you're going to see is going to be us at the grocery store. So in the car, currently headed to the first stop. It's going to be Whole Foods because that's all the way downtown, so going to the furthest place first, so come along. So that was super quick. We are done with Whole Foods. There's a couple things they did not have, so we are now headed to Organic Garage. And the next stop, of course, the LCBO. Let's go. And we are here now at our last spot, Organic Garage. Let's go. And I am back home finally, so I am going to show you my grocery haul. I'm gonna go through this quickly with you. Okay, so let's start over here. So we did get some all-purpose flour because I am going to bake in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be making a lemon poppy seed loaf, and yes, I will shoot a video for it. And here we go quickly. Coffee pods as usual. We got some potatoes. These are delicious. We always, every grocery run, we always buy a corn chips and salsa. We snack on this throughout the weeks. nutritional yeast because I'm running low, and you should never be out of nutritional yeast. Quick oats for my husband's breakfast. Soy sauce that I was running low on, as you saw at the beginning of the video. These, we always buy these. There has to be a stock of this at all times in my freezer because my husband is obsessed with these. If you can find these in your store, I say this every video, buy them. They're insanely delicious. This is the Nooch popcorn, that new company that I told you about a couple of videos ago. I want to support them, so I bought it. We got some oat milk here. Some extra firm tofu, the kind in water. This is what I make my scrambled tofu with, and my omelet. And here we have some little breakfast buns that my husband likes to eat. This is also my husband. So the days that I eat my coconut curry, this is what he eats. He doesn't like coconut curry. I bought one of these because these are my new obsession. Weekends only because it's expensive. Baby carrots for my dog. And we got some vanilla ice cream for the the loaf I'm gonna be making. We got oregano, some tomato sauce, organic coconut milk, butter. I was running out of butter, a Daiya block, poppy seeds because I'm gonna be making that loaf. And here we have the frozen vegetables. I didn't need that much this time. I just have the broccoli and these mixed vegetables. This is I make my dog his food, and this is what goes in it. And we have some oat milk, blueberry yogurt. This is delicious. I love those, the spicy variety. And I'm gonna be making a pasta pesto, and we have fresh pesto here, or basil I should say. And of course spinach and strawberries, blueberries. I got some brown rice pasta here, pasta for my husband. This looks so cute. We have some pizza sauce. And this is for mimosas. And we didn't actually need this milk, but sometimes it's so hard to find that we just grabbed a couple just to have a stock. We have some fresh grapefruit juice here. Cheese, of course. We got a cucumber. And the produce here we have, I'm going to be making a soup, so I needed some cabbage. I always buy onions. And here are the lemons, because I'm going to use fresh lemons for the lemon poppy seed loaf. We got some zooks, pepper for snacking. I like radish. And we got some mandarins here, apples. We eat an apple every single day. And I needed to refill some vitamins. I needed more spirulina. I needed some vitamin D. And of course B12. This I try to never run out of, so I didn't want to run out of any of it. And you know what? That's it. Here you have it. So this was groceries from two places, Whole Foods and Organic Garage. And this is going to be food for 2 full weeks for 2 adults. And yeah, so thanks for watching again, and have a great rest of your day. Peace and love.